here we are back at Rapid Creek where I left off last time. I think you can see it here somewhere. There it is. Started out below the dam at Rapid Creek Trailhead. Did some switchbacking. We're now just a little bit above the dam. And still heading up. I can't begin to express my appreciation for the guys that come out. Guys and gals, I don't mean to shortchange anybody. That come out and keep these trails open for us. Highway crossing. When I did my last hike last fall, I was hiking along this section and there was an osprey that dove in and caught a fish. I, of course, didn't get it on video, but man, was it really, really cool to see. Well, this is as far as I made it last time. Once I cross the road, it'll be a whole new trail for me. Marina is just down that road. Easy hiking. It's definitely a win in my book. Even though I'm not backpacking this section, I still kind of want to look at things from a backpacker point of view. This is about halfway between Deer Creek and Rapid Creek. And lots of hills, but I do believe there are some spots you could get away with setting a tent up. Places that are fairly level. Hammocks definitely just need to watch the dead trees, which is true for tents too, so. I'm not going to hike over there because honestly I have a campsite waiting for me about 3 miles up the trail. But that looks like a pretty decent spot where you could get far enough up the trail. Just a little bit north of where I just showed you just a few minutes ago. Alright, so somewhere along the way, I missed the cutoff that goes to the Deer Creek Trailhead. And I'm still not 100% certain where the trail cutoff is, but I can see the trailhead, so I think we're just going to kind of cross country here and head the direction I know I need to go. Well, that's what I came down, kind of a wash area. I'm guessing this is where I was supposed to come down, which means I had not hiked back far enough to where I missed the cutoff the first time through. So I guess we'll figure it out when we come back and start back. To give you an idea how close Whispering Pines is to Deer Creek Trailhead. There's the sign to the trailhead off of the road. And I'm just going to turn right back around, and there's the campground. Good morning. Back at Deer Creek Trailhead right here. Gonna go up to Pilot Knob, probably take a short snack break, and then continue on up to Box Elder. That's the plan for the day. Alright, so this is where I missed the cutoff. And the sad thing is, I actually even saw this trail. It is not marked as far as this being the way to the trailhead. What is here, if I can get in a little closer here, is a W. And I saw the W. I just wasn't sure what the W meant. But I'm guessing it means Whispering Pines. So if you're headed that way or to Deer Creek Trailhead, this is where you want to go. You want to go downhill here. The only other thing that can kind of clue you in is there's this sign pointing the opposite direction that I was going. But if you see that, and you see the W, and you're looking for Deer Creek or Whispering Pines, that's the way you go down. I'm headed this way. And Pilot Knob, and again for the backpackers, this looks like a pretty nice area to set up. Tent door hammock. Look, a giant tree, or maybe a radio tower trying to be a giant tree. I guess kudos for trying. Seem to be some very unhappy cows. Made it to Pilot Knob. Looks like there's a picnic table, a bathroom. Also means I'm starting the motorized part of the trail, so might have some ATVs and whatnot out on the trail with me. But for right now, I think I'm going to take a short break, have a snack, and then get back on trail. I know it would be cheating, but part of me kind of wishes I had my Jeep for this section. Looks like it could be fun. And the uphill would definitely be easier in the Jeep. More potentially nice camping areas. We seem to be turning away from the power lines right here. Still heading uphill, just north of Pilot Knob. Well, the higher we get up the hill, the more camp areas I'm seeing. Sounds like I got company coming too. Definitely making better time than me. Not sure how the dog was feeling about that. I think they probably had more fun with that crossing than what I'm going to have. See if we can do it with dry feet. I hate to keep going on and on about good camp places, but that was such a frustration for me when I was here last fall, finding decent places to camp. This is just a little ways past the water crossing, which the guidebook says is at 1.7 miles north of Pilot Knob. Looks like if you get across the creek, there's some nice level areas. Creek obviously is a great place to get water. Might be a little close as far as traffic. I'm guessing that there's probably other places along that creek that you could tuck back away in. I'm guessing you could probably lose a four-wheeler in there, if not a whole Jeep. So I knew from looking ahead at the Forest Service website that there were a couple sections, 2 sections actually, that are closed. And I called and I spoke to a lady at the Forest Service. Super nice, super helpful. She said it's actually only closed to the ORV traffic. She said there's no problem with hiking through, might find some places rutted up, washed out, but we are not only able to walk through, but it is absolutely allowed. So that was good news. Thought I would pass it along. Clearly the W I saw at the cutoff going down to Deer Creek Trailhead, that I was kind of half wondering if that didn't mean Whispering Pines Campground. Clearly not, because I've seen probably half a dozen of these. I honestly have no idea what they are. But if you are looking for the Deer Creek exit, there is a red W on the cutoff that you need to take to get down to that, which also happens to take you towards Whispering Pines Campground. So kind of convenient that it's a W. I'll have to do some research, see if I can figure out what the heck it means. I got sprinkled on just a little bit ago, but not even enough for me to put my good camera away. So I'm now less than a mile from the next trailhead, South Box Elder Forks, I think. I just sent a message to my shuttle driver, also known as my husband, so hopefully he'll be waiting for me when I get there. And as soon as I said that, it starts sprinkling again. So, no biggie. I have rain gear. Just hoping not to use it. It just occurred to me that I made a comment about messaging my husband to come pick me up at the trailhead. And I thought I probably should point out that I messaged on my inReach. I've not really had cell service for probably better than half of this section. I have Verizon. I've had it quite a bit through the trail, but this section it's been very spotty. Sometimes when I'm up high, I'll have a little bit, but definitely haven't had good service. So I just didn't want to give the wrong impression that you could be out here and make phone calls and whatnot. I have no idea about other providers, but I can tell you for Verizon, it's definitely been probably less than half. I have made it to South Box Elder Trailhead. But sadly my ride is not here yet. So I will hang out and wait. And I no sooner record that and look who's here. My ride. Well, just got dropped back off at Box Elder Forks Trailhead, heading to Dalton. So here I am, not 2 minutes into my hike, and I come to this. I did not bring my sandals today, so I guess it's a good thing. There's a bridge right there. Once again, for the backpackers, I am north of, I believe, Box Elder Forks. My inReach is saying about 1.5 miles. Doesn't feel like I've gone that far, but campsites galore. Pretty much since I got off the road walk part, there's been all kinds. I actually saw a camper. Somebody had pulled a camper back in here. So plenty of level spots. Tent, hammock, beautiful. Probably would get a little bit of ATV traffic, but if you're looking for a place just to set up for the night, I think you could do just fine right here. Once again, I'm finding a little bit of discrepancy between my inReach map and what the trail is marked. When I was hiking last fall, the marked trail turned out to be the correct trail, and I know that there have been some changes. So we're just going to keep following the trail markers and hope it brings us where we need to be. Well, I definitely found my lunch break spot. I don't think you're going to get a better view than this. Absolute perfect weather day. Probably won't show up real well in video, but you can see all the way to the prairie lands. That we've been following, and I'm going to switch back to just a plain old hiking trail and zigzag our way down to Dalton Lake. I know you can never really tell how steep something is by video, but I'm going to say I'm really glad I'm coming down this and not going up. It's just been switchback after switchback after switchback. Wow, that was a lot of switchbacks. I am glad to see the trailhead.